There are way too many gacha games right now. In this video I will make this into 4 different parts, my top 5 recommendations, turn-based, free-to-play friendly, and my own picks that I play every day. So let's get into it. First, I gotta recommend you guys to play and try Wuthering Wave. Of course man, this one is a must play because this game is fucking amazing. The way you move around feels so smooth in this game and the combat just hits different. You are not just spamming buttons in this game, you're dodging at the right time, parrying hits, and chaining skills together so clean it makes you feel like a godly being. It makes you feel to be the main character in the game. And I love how the world is full of places to climb, puzzles to figure out, and enemies that actually make you pay attention to the game. And the world is just so immersive in this game. Once I was crossing a bridge, and then in the bridge, it suddenly appears 2 monsters battling it out. Yeah, I'm not the one battling, but both of them are battling themselves. It is crazy good. The world feels so alive in this game. And the bosses, man, whoo! Bosses in this game is so challenging and rewarding. So it's making this very addictive feel. Like when you accomplish something, you feel very rewarded. So yeah, man, this game is just on another level for a gacha game. Next is Nikke. I'm gonna be real with you, this game might look like just another waifu shooter, but once you play it, it's got a good gameplay loop that makes you want to keep going and play this game. You're swapping between characters, swapping skills, and timing your burst attack to create that powerful DPS. It's way more fun than I thought it would be, and the bosses, they're not just bullet sponges, you actually gotta pay attention to what's happening on the screen. So if you like quick but satisfying fights you can jump into any time, I think this one is a good game, and it doesn't take much of your break time if you are on a break when you're at the office. So pretty good. Of course we have Reverse 1999. This one is such a damn cool twist on turn-based combat. You've got cards for your skills and you are merging them, setting up plays and waiting for the perfect time to unleash that merge cards. It sounds weird, but you know, it's a good gameplay loop, okay? It's a good one. And what I love about this game is that it's not just use the strongest attack and win the game or just auto it. You actually gotta think about what's coming next. The animation's also super clean, so every big animation is so satisfying to see and it is such an eye candy to watch. And when you pull out that combo, that debuff, that buff, everything, and everything stacks up, it is super good, man. You feel super rewarded in this game and it makes you want to come back and play this game again, man. I'm telling you, this one is so good and it is very free to play friendly too. So give this game a try, and it is on Steam, so it got all the good stuff. SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. Man, if you love Gundam, you gotta play this game because when you play this game, you are eating good with this one. Well, it is the same game as all the SD Gundam ever made because it is a tactical grid-based game where you are moving your Gundams around, setting up attacks, and making sure your Gundam squad works well together. I'm telling you, it feels so damn good seeing your custom Gundam team destroy the enemy because you planned it just right. Well, even though I said that, this game still have auto. Maybe you just want to click that, it's fine. And the best part about this game is that it is actually really free to play friendly, so you can still enjoy the hell out of this without feeling forced to spend. This game is pure fun. This game is just a fan service for all the Gundam fans out there because it has everything that you love about SD Gundam and Gundam itself. So play this game if you are a fan of Gundam. Next is Limbus Company. Yes, I really recommend you guys to play this. Yes, I really recommend you guys to play this game. This game is pure chaos in the best way possible. It is turn-based though, even though I will have a turn-based category, but I am super excited to talk about this game because the turn-based in this game is very unique. So you pick a target before you go into clashing. Yes, this game has clashes, and you learn how to chain your skills before the clashes so that you can come out on top and win the battle. In this game, you are thinking ahead, setting up turns so the enemy gets wiped before they can hit back, and it feels so damn satisfying when your plan works. Boss fights, man, in this game, it changes everything. Because boss fight in this game is gonna make you sweat, okay? You gotta be a sweaty Limbus Company player if you want to win. And it's just one of those games where you tell yourself you will stop after this run, this dungeon, but you end up playing for hours. This game is hella addictive and it is free to play friendly, and It's just a very good turn-based and a very unique turn-based game. Not to mention that this game is also on Steam, so better go and download it right now. Alright, that's pretty much about my top 5 recommendations. Now let's get into the juicy turn-based one that I really recommend you guys to try it out. Girls Frontline 2, man. This game has been on the top of my list and I play this game every day. I mean, Girls Frontline 2 is not just a waifu with guns, it's a legit tactical gacha RPG where every move can either feel like a genius play or a total brain fart. You are moving units across tiles, setting up crossfires, baiting enemies. It's got depth if you are into strategy. The fights can get really intense, and when your plan comes together, man, it feels like you just pull off a military heist. But the grind can be annoying and the gacha rates will sometimes make you want to flip a table. Yes, I've played this game for almost every day and I only got like 3 5-star heroes, like the top tier, the highest rating characters, man. This game is not free to play friendly, but hey, it is still very enjoyable and the art style is just chef's kiss, probably the best in the market. Well, comparing to Wuthering Waves, of course. Sword of Convalaria, man. SOC is quite a hidden gem, if I must say so myself. This game is so good, free to play friendly, blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean, it got this Final Fantasy Tactics-esque, and again, it is a tactical RPG, same as a Girls Frontline 2 or SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. In this game, you can flank, push enemies into traps, even abuse terrain like a complete bastard, man. The battles feel methodical and rewarding, especially when you outsmart enemies that should have crushed you. It's so good, man. So satisfying and rewarding. The downside in this game, it can be a bit slow if you are not into the mood to actually think, and some maps are just straight up, why is it so damn long? But gameplay wise, it is so good. It reminds you a lot of Final Fantasy Tactics. So I think if you like Final Fantasy Tactics, this game will, you know, what do you say it, like all the other people say it, like scratch that itch of Final Fantasy Tactics, because this game is just, I don't know, it's so similar. But it is a gacha game, so beware of that. Next is obviously Epic 7, man. Epic 7 still plays and looks great with all those flashy animations, hard-hitting skills, and team synergy that actually matters quite a lot. For new players, it's actually pretty friendly at the start. You get a lot of freebies and plenty of 4-star characters that can carry you deep into the game without feeling anything useless or you need to pay. But don't let that smooth start fool you, because the grind here is quite brutal. What I mean by that is that for equipment, for upgrading your material, for upgrading your heroes, it is quite a lot. But don't worry, they have a lot of good quality of life updates, and yeah, it is quite enjoyable, even farming for a very long time. Like I said, gear farming in this game will eat hours of your playtime. And if you want to compete in PvP or clear high-end content, what I mean by that is that like world bosses, you want to compete with other players, man, the pressure to spend is kinda real. And the power creep in this game has been ramping up, with new units often outclassing older units way too fast, which can make your past investments feel like trash, man. But it is still one of the better looking turn-based gacha game out there, and totally playable as a free-to-play player. Well, if you manage your resources right and smart. So for me, I think this game is quite free-to-play friendly to some extent. If you want to compete to the higher level, then you gotta pay. I mean, you gotta, you know, push money. You gotta spend to make your progress faster, and so you can compete with other players. You know, whales are gonna whale. Honkai Star Rail. I know the game itself, Honkai Star Rail, is a pretty good game in general and quite accessible, with a pretty simple yet satisfying yet rewarding turn-based combat and slick animations, and an OST that makes every fight feel way more immersive. Breaking enemy toughness, timing ults for max impact, and watching everything blow up in particle effect is addictive as hell. But the recent updates have brought in some nasty power creep, with new characters outshining the old roster and making past investments feel useless in harder content or in the endgame content. HP inflations in this game is ridiculous, and unless you pull the newest 5 stars or grind relics like a maniac, you will feel yourself falling behind hard. The stamina system also slows down progress, and I think you need more stamina in this game, or maybe faster recovery charge. So while still a fun game to play, Hoyoverse is definitely pushing the more money, more power boundary in Honkai Star Rail. Man, it is so sad to see because at the beginning of the game, Honkai Star Rail was super free-to-play friendly and you don't need the newest 5-star heroes to clear all the content in the game. So yeah, it is quite a shame, but if you want to play it casually, you want to play, you know, just for the fun and all, you don't need to have the highest tier character, then I think in general, this game is pretty good. So yeah. Morimans. Now this is a hidden gem that I really recommend you guys to try and play this game. Oh my god, this game is so good. Alright, Morimans is basically a gacha fueled love child of Slay of the Spire, Library of Ruina, and Darkest Dungeon. So if you like those kind of games, yes, you will definitely enjoy this one because this is a rogue-like game. So the card-based, turn-based combat, oh my god, that is so many base, okay? So yeah, the combat is deep and addicting because it is a roguelike game. Well, in like most of gacha games, in this game, if you waste resources on weak units, you can softlock yourself out of progress. So I do recommend you guys to follow a guide if you want to go far. Well, the upside is it is insanely generous with pulls, raids, and even gives you item to pick whatever character you want from the base pool. So as long as you know what you are doing and build a strong team, man, this game is such a blast to play because you can only get this kind of gameplay in a paid game, and this game doing you a favor so you know what a good combat system is. The only downer in my opinion is the English translation. It is AI generated. They even announced it in the title screen of the game that the English translation is going to be translated by AI, but they confirm that it will have a native localization for English, so that is pretty good. Please guys, play this game, support it, because this game is like none of any other gacha games out there and really enjoyable. So we have Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent. Now this one is a classic JRPG, you know, but it is on mobile obviously. This game is just fantastic. If you have played the original game, you will like this game a lot. Well, not as much as the original game, but it is quite similar because in this game you have the boost or defense system that lets you either play it safe or go full offensive with stacked attacks. And when you break an enemy's guard, it feels so satisfying as fuck, man. You get 8 characters to swap in mid-battle, which opens up so much strategy, it is almost unfair. Well, the catch is story pacing can drag a lot, and if you are not into reading a lot, you might get a bit bored like myself, because when I play this game, I usually just skip or fast forward the story chapter, but sometimes it can be interesting though. But for the gameplay, man, I don't know what else to say, man. As a turn-based fan myself, this game rocks. Ticking all the right boxes, it has a deep, satisfying, and has that old school type of feel of JRPG in the PS1, and it is so immensely beautiful in this game. The particle effects, the sound design in this game, the dynamic camera, you know, sometimes you get that slow motion and stuff also. Man, it's just phenomenal. If you like Final Fantasy, I mean old school Final Fantasy, I think this one definitely will satisfy your craving for Final Fantasy game in mobile. Now it is the free to play friendly section. Yes, I know what you're all thinking. You don't want to pay for a game, but you want to have a good gameplay for a game. So this one is for you. First, we have Punishing Grey Raven. I gotta say, most gacha games that just want your money, or they treat you free to play players like a trash. But in PGR, they actually let you play without spending a dime. The game throws premium currencies at you. You can literally plan your pulls, and the battery in this game is so generous. You only get 60 pulls, and then you can get a guaranteed 5 stars, I think, in the game. And you can also just log in for like 30 days, and you will get the highest tier character in the game. So basically, once a month, you will get the strongest character in the game. There's none gacha games like this out there right now. Even Wuthering Waves, they are not the same, alright, even though they are developed by the same developer. But PGR always win when it comes to free-to-play friendliness. And this game is the best action gacha game out there right about now, period. Arknights. Yes, Arknights is very free-to-play friendly. This game actually cares more about strategy than making you spend money. And that is pretty rare these days. Low rarity operators aren't just fodders too, man. They are genuinely useful throughout the entire game, which is more than I can say for most gachas, where 3 stars become a trash after just 1 week. This game has out enough currency, like in-game cash currency, to pull your favorite character. And the pity system actually carries over between banners because apparently someone at Hypergriff has a functional brain. So that is basically it. Arknights, very free to play friendly. Look, a tower defense game is not my cup of tea, but we have to admit that this game is very free to play friendly and everyone enjoy it for its free to play friendliness and the tower defense combat. Blue Archive. You know what? Blue Archive is surprisingly generous for a mobile game about anime girls with guns, and yeah, I am so here for it. I mean, the gacha rates are decent, the pity system isn't designed by Hoyo Shells or Hoyoverse, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, and they give you enough free pulls to make you, the player, enjoy the game. It's phenomenal, and most content can be cleared with properly invested 3-star students. And from what I experienced, this game's progression is tied more to farming and strategy than raw pulling power. So free-to-play players can enjoy all the content in the game. It's almost like they designed this game with a mind of the game first and the cash grab later on. The next free-to-play game is Reverse 1999. The gacha currency is pretty abundant in this game. The standard banner pool has good shit in it and the pity carries over. Bless whoever made that decision in this game. The game also doesn't spam power creep banners every month, and even older units can stay relevant thanks to its well thought out gameplay loop. Also, you can tell that they actually want you to build your units instead of chasing shiny new releases every goddamn month or every goddamn week, man. And yeah, Reverse 1999 is just a good game in general. It is artsy, stylish, and doesn't make you feel like a clown for not spending money. Yeah, looking at you, Honkai Star Rail. Next, Limbus Company. Well, yeah, this game is not a wallet vacuum, if you will. In the game, the base roster you start with is already good enough to go through the story and most of the harder content. The game gives out free identities and ego units, and guess what? The devs don't drown you in bait banners. This game is really challenging and it is dark, and sometimes it makes you want to uninstall it because in this game, yeah, you do need guides so you can understand what is going on. But fortunately, you will not uninstall it because of power creep or because you don't spend in the game. And to me, that is such a beautiful game design. So, Limbus Company, a free-to-play masterpiece that I really recommend you guys to play this game. As the Gundam G Generation Eternal, now this is a recently released game, and for a gacha game about every goddamn Gundam in existence, this thing is surprisingly free to play. You get a lot of pilots and mobile suits just by playing, and in this game you can craft. Yes, craft your own Gundam. So crafting lets you build strong units without rolling or pulling, and there is enough free-to-play friendly content or dailies to keep your squad. You can build your own team of Gundams without pulling, man. It's just phenomenal in this game. The power creep in this game can be a bit debatable, but the game is fairly easy in my opinion. You can just auto it and basically done every content in the game. Well, not every content, but just like most of the content in the game. So yes, this game is an absolute fan service if you are into Gundam, and yeah, that's me. That is why I'm also recommending this game to you guys. Gacha rate is obviously pretty generous, but around 3% I think. And I don't know what else to explain, man. Just play the game. You will know why this game is very free to play friendly, and it is released in 2025. Holy shit. So this is my personal picks that I, well, play this daily. First, of course, it is Wuthering Waves. This one sticks with me because the daily grind is super easy. You basically just have to grind one dungeon until your stamina is empty and then you're done. Also, the anime visuals in this game are gorgeous, and the challenges in this game are quite challenging, not that easy, and I like it for that. That's why I'm still playing this game every day, because if you know me, I like something that is challenging and rewarding. And I do like the story. The story is more mature, it is dark, and it is quite sci-fi-ish. So I do recommend you guys to play this game and play it until the end, because you will get more enjoyment in this game at the end game and you don't need to pay. The second one is Girls Frontline 2. Honestly, I play this game for the visuals and waifu. I would say I prefer more of this visual art style than Wuthering Waves, because I think this game's visuals are clean as hell, man. Just take a look at this. How are you not captivated just from the visual alone? Again, this game is also easy for me to daily grind, and I love the gameplay. It is XCOM with waifus. If you play this manually, it is full of strategy to pull off, but let's be real, where there's gacha, you are expecting it to have a good auto system, and yeah, this game has a good auto system. Quality of life is also good, and honestly they are quite generous with the rewards, but it's not the best free-to-play friendly game, but that's alright. I still enjoy it even after all the drama out there. They still don't change the gameplay, so I'm good. The third one is Epic 7, one of my all-time favorites. It still has one of the best 2D animated visuals with tons of PvE content to do, great QOL, and very free-to-play friendly. Well, at least at the start of the game. And they always give us tons of freebies at the start of the game. Now, if you focus this game on the PvP, there is meta for sure. And you need to spend money to be in the meta, but if you are a casual and a free-to-play player, not spending money is also fine, and you can still get to the top ranks if you play this enough, but not at the top 10 ranks, okay? So beware of that if you want to go to the top 100 on this game. The last but not the least, yeah, Persona 5 The Phantom X. Believe it or not, even after all the drama regarding this game in 1.1, in 1.2, I still play it. Because I just don't care about all that shit. I like what I like, and I enjoy what I enjoy. Even though I don't really play this daily every day, but I play this regularly if I want a slice of Persona and to complete my compendium of Personas. And yeah, like I said, I still enjoy this game quite a lot. So I think this is a pretty good game in general, but it's just the mismanagement from the publishers like Sega. And if you take a look at the Taiwanese version, or basically the Asia version of this game, they are super generous. They don't mess things up as bad as Sega, and it is making millions every month, and it is enjoyed by many players in Asia, like in Korea, Taiwan, China. So yeah, this game is in general is very good. I would prefer this game more than Honkai Star Rail because this game is super free to play friendly. Like, you can get everything just by grinding. You don't need to pull all the 5-star characters in the game because the MC, the main character in this game, is super powerful like in Wuthering Waves. So yeah, I do recommend it. Play it and try it out yourself. Well, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know some of the games you probably hate, like Persona 5 and Girls Frontline 2 because of the recent update, or even Epic 7 because of how pay to win the PvP is in this game. But honestly, I just love gaming in general, man. Being it a free-to-play game or a paid game, I just don't care how they monetize it. I'm not spending a single dime on all of these games, so as long as they don't gatekeep progression too harshly, then I'm good. Now, if they change the progression block and start power creep all over, like in Honkai Star Rail, I would just leave immediately, man. It is not worth my time, and you guys should just stop complaining because it's not gonna work, man. I'm telling you, it's not gonna work because I feel like the gacha community are so stuck up being it free-to-play friendly, super free-to-play, and after free-to-play, they want a AAA game quality, man. It's not the way, bro. It's not the way. If you want a game that's not pay to win and AAA game quality, then buy a fucking AAA game, man. Honestly, support the devs and stop spending $60 or even anything like $40 for a skin of your favorite waifu, or even just pulls for your favorite waifu or husbando. I don't care, bro. Don't expect a free-to-play game to not have predatory monetization, especially in a gacha game nowadays. And I can guarantee that those people who complain are mostly free-to-play players who don't even spend a single dime on a game to support it, or any game, indie games, whatever it is, or even a good free-to-play games like Moriman's, Limbus Company, Wuthering Waves, PGR. I mean, like, imagine being given a free food and still complain. It doesn't make sense. And if you don't like the free food, just throw it away. What's so hard about it?